It's an injector razor. It's adjustable. It's from Parker. We're going to build a lather and we're going to have a shave with it coming up next. Okay, there it is. There it is. Boom, lather. Check it out. And we made this lather in the official George Boom Lather shaving bowl. A big thank you to Bill and Connie Murphy for helping to create this and launch it. Absolutely fantastic. Available at Spots Prints 3D. So we'll have that link below so you can get your very own Boom Lather shaving bowl. It is marvelous, and it helped generate heaps and heaps of lather. We're using Good Steward shave soap from Adopted Acre Soap Company. Love this scent and love the performance. I have 2 days worth of beard growth. We did our pre-shave wash and pre-shave lather with the Cube 2.0, so we got plenty of protection in place. Check that out. I'm using an Altair shaving brush from Aylesworth, courtesy of viewer David Dart. David, thank you again very, very much. Look at that. Look at that. We got plenty in the bowl there. Let me see if I can show you the bottom of it. There it is right there. Okay, and the lather is so thick and rich and creamy, it stayed in the bowl without dumping out. How about that? And there it is. Oops. A lot there. Definitely a lot there. Almost swallowed some. All right. Okay, we're all set to go. And we are using the Parker Adjustable Injector Razor. Here it is right here. And it has an adjustment down the back from 1 to 5. Now, there's a Parker logo right there. This was available on the PIF table at the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup. A wet shaver named Jim Nash, who I hope is also a viewer and subscriber. I think he is. He put this on the PIF table, and I happened to see it. And I asked him about it, and he said he only used it once, and it really wasn't for him. So rather than snap it up right away, I waited until the end of the meetup because I was thinking that a new wet shaver might want a nearly new injector adjustable razor to have in their shave den. Well, when I looked at the PIF table at the end of the meetup, it was still there. There were some other wet shavers there, and I asked them if anybody wanted this because I'm rather reluctant to pull a razor off of the table. I would rather have those for new wet shavers. And they said, no one grabbed it. Mark, go ahead, take it, review it, which is what I'm doing. So here it is right here. It takes a standard injector blade. We use the Schick blade here with the key, and all you do is just insert it like this, okay? And then, see how that kind of kicks up like that? Okay, you gotta make sure it's squared and parallel like that. I don't know why it does that. Maybe the blades it takes from Parker are a little more proprietary with the case and the key. Not entirely sure. That threw me off a little bit, but I was able to get one injected as long as everything stayed square and level and that sort of thing. So just be careful of that. I don't know if that's a flaw or if that's by design. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to adjust this to level 3 right there because I have 2 days worth of beard growth. Now I've used this once before. This is the second use for this blade, and I started at 2.5 because I had 1 day's worth of beard growth, and I got a really nice shave. I'm hoping to repeat that same kind of shave here today for you right now. So there it is. It's really, really nice. I believe this is stainless steel. We'll put all the specs on screen so you can see that. I believe this is stainless steel. Or I don't think it's brushed aluminum. I'm not sure. We'll put that information on screen. And it also has a nice ribbed underbelly to the handle here. Now, the reason why Jim Nash didn't care for it because you have to hold it like, he said you have to hold it like this. He wasn't able to hold it like this. All right. I'm not having any kind of problem holding it like this at all. So we're going to go ahead and run this under some hot water and get to the shave. And as you can see, Good Steward shaving soap stayed nice and creamy and moist on the skin. All right, here we go. 15 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. Boy, that's nice and smooth. At level 3, I am getting a little more blade feel, but not much more than I did at 2.5. This is really comfortable. I like this a lot. Okay, and there you can see the lather is moving out of the way of the blade rather nicely. Great residual slickness from Good Steward shaving soap. And again, a really nice mild feel with a little bit of blade feel, not much at all, really. Okay, I'm able to get the upper lip, but I'm going to have to get some of these little bits here up underneath the nose on the east to west pass, because it's not quite getting up all the way underneath. But no matter, we'll get that on the east to west pass. First pass done, let's rinse. Well, that's a good first pass. Maybe I could have dialed it up to say 3.5 because it's the 2 days worth of beard growth. But I'm knocking on the door of socially acceptable shave territory. Just not quite there. But second pass is usually my money pass, and that might tell the tale. So we'll see what kind of result we get after the second pass. As I recall, I did 3 passes, starting at 2.5, and then following up with, I think it was level 2, and then level 1. So that was with the grain, across the grain, and against the grain. And I got a really nice BBS result. I'm thinking starting at 3 and then maybe dialing down to 2.5 is going to give me the same result for this shave. That's what I'm thinking. So we're going to go ahead and just get this lather. Man, look at this. This shave soap's lather is wonderful. Again, Adopted Acre Soap Company, Good Steward Shave Soap. And the Altair brush, fantastic. So my thanks to Doug and Caroline and all the kids and everyone at Adopted Acres Soap Company for the Good Steward Shave Soap and Aftershave Splash. And a big thank you to David Dart for the Aylesworth Altair shaving brush. And a big, big thank you to Bill and Connie Murphy for the George Boom Lather Shave Bowl. We'll have links to all this below. So here we are. We're going to turn this down to about 2.5, just a little bit, okay? Just a little turn of the dial. And you know, the dial is not real sloppy. It's nice and solid. So when you set it, it's not going to move. So that's really, really nice. All right, so here we go with pass number 2. We're going to go east to west across the grain. That's nice. Nice residual slickness. Holding it at a shallower angle. Wow, that is really, really nice. Nice and smooth, nice mild quality. Great residual slickness to allow me to clean up those little bits there. Okay, and we'll get a little bit here. And okay, just put a little bit up there for a touch-up. We're going to go against the grain here. Boy, that did a great job. Wow. All right. Second pass plus a little touch-up done. Let's rinse. That's a nice BBS result right there. Wow. Wow, that's really, really nice. I could probably, let me put it this way. It's darn fine shave approaching BBS. I think at the end of the shave, the whisker will retract and we'll have a BBS result. I probably could do a touch-up, but you know what? I want to move the video along. So we're going to go ahead and do my final rinse routine. Warm water rinse, cold water rinse, and then I'll see you on the other side for the alum block. So hang in there with me. Very nice. Really refreshing. Clean, fresh towel waiting for me right here. Nice shave. Very, very nice shave. Wow, that was great. Very smooth. Mild also. It felt very, very mild. And as I say, I am now approaching BBS right now. Yeah, I think maybe a third pass would have been okay at, say, level 1. Want to move the video along, but it probably could have put me right there solidly in BBS shave territory. This is going to be BBS. It's going to be a little bit of a delayed BBS is what I'm saying. All right, let's get the alum block here. I've got a GBS alum block right here in its travel case. And here it is right here. We're going to go ahead and run this under some cold water and see what kind of feedback we get. I think I might get some zings here, to be honest with you. I think I might. We'll see. On my first shave, I didn't. I don't recall getting any zing. We might get some zings here because I started at level 3. From 1 to 5, level 3 is getting up there for me. But again, it was very smooth. It was not harsh at all. All right, here we go. I'm wrong. I gotta get a little more water here. I'm wrong. No zings, no stings at all. Wow. Wow, that is great. Okay. One little zing right there. Don't know where that one came from. A little bit of a delayed zing. All right, we're gonna towel this off a little bit, pat it dry, and then we'll put it back into its case. And we'll go ahead and wipe this off. I'm splashing so much over here. We'll just set that in the case like that and let that air out the rest of the way. Let me show you the lather. I don't think I splashed in there too much. I might have splashed in there. This Boom Lather shaving ball is wonderful. Look at that. Look at that. This is their Grand Champion soap base. This is fantastic. Adopted Acre Soap Company. Look at that. Even with a little water splashed in, it still has that great body and density. Just made a great, great lather. Boy, I love this stuff a lot. Look at that. Yeah, fantastic. Good Steward from Adopted Acre Soap Company in their Grand Champion soap base. So let's set that down there, and we'll get a little bit of the aftershave splash from Good Steward. We're going to shake that up a little bit. And open that up, and then put some in the hand. Be generous with it. We're going to use the Jimmy V method. We're going to let the alcohol evaporate. Not sure if there's alcohol in there, but just in case, we're going to let it evaporate and slap on nothing but the good stuff. Boy, this is a great scent. All right, here we go. Boy, that's marvelous. Great, great shave. This is a really, really nice razor. I really, really enjoyed it. Now, I think the reason why I like it is because this razor, the Supply SE, really, really schooled me in how to use an injector razor. Early on in my wet shaving journey, I was using the vintage Schick injectors, and I wasn't getting I was getting an okay shave. I was getting a good shave, but my technique needed something to be desired, let's say. When I got the Supply SE razor, I really took to it. It really helped hone my technique and gave me a better understanding of how an injector razor works and how it should be used in the proper angle, that sort of thing. And that has translated over to a lot of these other vintage injector razors and injector razors like the Parker Adjustable here, which is very much based on a classic vintage chic injector razor design. Also harkens back to the Pal Adjustable Injector Razor. I have that one too. I'll have to dig that out and do a comparison shave with that and this, and also a comparison shave with the Parker and the Supply Adjustable Injector Razor and see how they stack up. But I gotta tell you, this gave me a really nice shave. No nicks, no cuts, no irritation. I think level 3 is getting up there for me. I think anything above level 3, 3.5, 4, might be pushing it a little bit too much for me because it's just from 1 to 5, as you can see right there. And I'm thinking that 2.5 is a halfway point, and that's probably where I would stay for a daily shave. 2.5, and then dial it down to maybe 1.5, 2 for my second pass, or 2.5, 1.5, 1 if I was doing 3 passes, something like that. But this was great. I mean, not really heavy, nice weight, but not overly heavy compared to the adjustable razor from Supply, adjustable injector razor from Supply. This one, this is like a tank. The adjustable injector razor from Supply is like a tank. This one from Parker, a little more lightweight, but has some heft there to its advantage. But I don't think you need enough. I don't think you'll need a lot in shaving at a 15-degree angle with this. The blade in that razor head does all the work. So I think my next step is going to be some Parker injector razor blades with their key and their dispenser to see how that lines up, because as I showed you, that chic really kind of got cocked. And one more thing to note, the Supply injector razor blades in these plastic cases, these are the white blades, these will not work in the Parker adjustable injector razor. It just won't work. It won't work in chic. This really is a proprietary kind of design for the Supply SE razors, the Supply SE and adjustable injector razors from the folks at Supply. So I've noticed that. So it just won't work with vintage chic or this Parker adjustable injector razor. So there you go, just so you know. But I am going to get some Parker injector razor blades with their dispenser and their key to see if that lines up a little bit better and doesn't kick in an angle like that, because it kicked in the angle and I could not load a blade. And then I noticed, wow, it's in an angle. It's not nice and parallel. So once I figured that out, the blade injected very nicely. Second shave with this blade, and it was very good. Again, no nicks, no cuts, no irritation. We are on our way to a BBS finish. This is upper darn fine shave. Really getting into BBS territory right now. I'll give it another 10 minutes and it's going to be BBS. This was wonderful. This was great. A third pass at level 1 definitely would have put me at BBS, and going against the grain this way with this razor is marvelous. I'll have to do that in a future review of this razor. It was terrific. So there it is, the Parker Adjustable Injector Razor. I really enjoyed this shave, and I think the shave will get better as you use higher level injector razor blades. That's my guess. The chic is very good. I'm really interested in using a Parker brand injector razor blade with this, but it was a nice smooth shave. It wasn't harsh. It wasn't overly aggressive. It was really nice. So my thanks to Jim Nash for putting this on the PIF table at the meetup. Jim, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. And it's a terrific razor. I really enjoyed it. The only downside is that I can see is that you can't open it up to clean it out. So I'll have to, if I want to store it long term, I'll have to remove that blade and maybe put in an aluminum blank that comes with some of the Supply injector razors, just for long-term storage, that sort of thing. Because I don't want to leave an injector razor blade in there. Whereas the Supply SE, this comes apart and you can pull the blade out and clean the interior of the razor head, that sort of thing. So that's where the Supply SE really shines, in my opinion. So there it is, the Parker Adjustable Injector Razor. My thanks again to Jim Dash for making this available on the PIF table at the Ohio Light Shavers Meetup this past Saturday, September 20th, 2025. Jim, thanks again very, very much. All right, that's it. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so I'll give you a yell out next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/MarkZerati, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in the snap there easily. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you again real soon.